What's up? It's your boy Philly Dark One for more Hip Hop News TV. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about Shedeur Sanders and the Sanders family. Now, we all know what just took place at the draft and all the fuckery that was with it. Now, I wasn't going to speak on this because I might get banned from this platform the way I feel about it, but I'm going to keep it 100 with all my followers. Now, to me, blatant racism, disrespect, blacklist, collusion, everything you could put on the table with this that took place. I mean, now let's go back in the day. Let's rewind the tapes. Let's rewind the tapes back to the Manning family. When we all know when Eli was coming out, Eli picked and chose where he wanted to go. Eli had a process. Eli did not want to go to certain teams. And that's what he stood on. And that's where he stood at. And they didn't move. They didn't move. The NFL didn't blacklist him. The NFL didn't disrespect him. The man still got drafted. And he went on to win a Super Bowl. Fast forward. Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel was one of the most arrogant football players to come out of college and go into the NFL. Got drafted and went on to have a career. Subpar career, but nonetheless a career, and was drafted. Fast forward to today, 25, NFL draft comes up, and we have the Sanders family and the father representing Shedeur Sanders. And we all know the narrative that Deion led with. Deion led with the same narrative that Eli Manning and his family led with. We're going to pick and choose where we go. And we have the right to make that decision. This is our life. This is just like when you put it like this. This is just like when you go for a job. You pick and choose where you want to work at. You don't have to work for this job or that job. You know, if they want to have a bidding war for you, it is what it is. You know my talents, so let the bidding begin. But I'm not going to just say, oh, I'm going to go here because they draft me. I don't have to. I have a choice in the matter. And that's what a lot of these guys don't do, you know. But we all know who runs the NFL. You know, the Good Old Boys Network. You know what I mean by that. You know, if you go back and look at their history, all NFL teams are owned by white billionaires. It is what it is. Now, with that being said, you fast forward, you got this young, brash football player, black, father, brash, ex-football player, was one of the greats. And you want to put them on the blacklist because they have a preference? That's all they had. They had a preference, and they chose to stick to that. But we all saw what happened when a white man has a preference and a black man has one. There's a big difference. And the black community just was shown what it's like when you have a preference, when you're jumping into a white organization. They're going to put you in your place. They're going to make sure you know and understand that you don't have a preference. It's where we want you to go. Now, this was so blatant, so disrespectful, and so racist overtones to it. A racist even came out and said, wait, hold up, wait a minute. This is too much. Donald Trump had to stop the press because this was so blatant that it bothered him to the level of disrespect that they showed this man and his family. And for nothing else, the NFL could have respected the Sanders family for what Deion has brought to the NFL. And that's the problem I have with this. Not even Shedeur, because Shedeur hasn't played the game of football yet, but his dad what his dad has done for the Shield. And speaking of the Shield, you can go back and look at a lot of players' interviews, and they always say nobody is bigger than the Shield. And then on this day, they reminded the Sanders about that. So this part is for Dion and Shador and the rest of their family. Shador, this is what you got to do, bro. You got to show up early, leave late, put in work. Put in work like nobody else does, like nobody else would do in that facility. What you see somebody else doing, and you see them putting in work, you raise the bar on that. You raise the bar on that and take it to the next level where they can't deny you but make you the starting quarterback. That's what you got to do, bro, right now. In this time. You gotta put your nose in that book. Read that telephone book like your life depends on it. Know it from front to back, from back to front. You gotta know that book, that playbook, like as if it was your name. And you got to show them. You got to show them better than you can tell them. Show them. You're going to have a chip on your shoulder. You play with a chip on your shoulder. You study with a chip on your shoulder. You practice with a chip on your shoulder. Every throw, every pass, every run is with a chip on your shoulder. You let them know that one day y'all going to have to apologize to me and my family for what y'all did, the disrespect that y'all shown us coming into the NFL. It is what it is, yo. It's your boy Philly Dark One for more Hip Hop News TV. And I'm out. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.